Hi guys, VC10 Aviation here, and today I'll be making a model airport update of London Heathrow. So it's slightly quieter, as I said, in the Gatwick Airport update. So we've got some nice movements here today. We've got a very nice lineup again, yeah, as I said, it would be very quieter. So we've got two Boeing 787s of Virgin Atlantic in here today. We've not got much British Airways, and we have got a Cathay Pacific 747 in the Spirit of Hong Kong livery. I always find this livery a very nice livery, especially on a 747. So there we go. So we'll start off with the Virgin Atlantic 787. So this one here is G. This is the recent Phoenix one. So this is Golf Victor Bravo Oscar Whiskey, and this is heading out to Seattle. That's in Washington, I think. Is it Seattle? Yeah. And then we've got the Cathay Pacific Airways 747-400 in the Spirit of Hong Kong livery. This is just arrived in from Hong Kong. Then we've got the Scandinavian Airlines CRJ 900LR heading out to Oslo. Aeroflot A321 arrived in from Moscow. That's the Aviation 400 release, if you're wondering. We've got another Virgin Atlantic Boeing 787. This is the first Gemini Jets release. So this is Golf Victor November Echo Whiskey. That is heading out to, this just arrived in from Johannesburg, and it'll head out to the remote stands later. And then we've got the Air France ERJ 190, ERJ 170, and that is heading out to Paris. British Airways 777-300ER heading out to, that's just came in from the remote stands, and it will be heading out to Lagos later on. I noticed they've started putting those on there now, so that's cool. So that's heading out to Lagos. And then we've got the Virgin Atlantic A350. This has just pulled in from Cape Town, and that'll head out to the remote stands later. I believe this, they're relaunching Cape Town, I think. I'm not too sure. I heard somewhere they might be relaunching it, but yeah, so this is heading, coming in from Cape Town. So this is the first A350, so this is Golf Victor Lima Uniform X-Ray. So that concludes part 2. We've got a special lineup in part 2, so I just said part 2 there, didn't I? So that's part 1. I don't have part 3 today because nothing is at the sort of other area where the Concorde is. Nothing's sort of in those sort of remote stands today. So we've got a special lineup in part 3. So see you in part 2 or 3. Hi guys, welcome back to part 2. So I know I did mention about the Air France SkyTeam A320, not 777, custom what I made. I haven't included that in the airport update today, in the aspect I forgot about it, that I was going to feature it, but I will feature it in the next airport update, hopefully. It is kind of hard to keep a hold of, well, sort of keep a track of models of what, you know, especially when it's not timetabled, of what models you've included and what you haven't, sort of thing. So hopefully I can start working on a schedule very soon. So yeah. So here we have the Lufthansa Star Alliance A320. This arrived in from Frankfurt. British Airways, so we've got a special lineup here. All these, so we've got the first of 4 British Airways A380. So this one here is Golf X-Ray Lima Echo Alpha, and we've got Echo Bravo here, Echo Charlie, and then Echo Delta. So 3 of these are the Gemini Jets release, and this is the Hogan Wings release, hence why the engines may be a bit off. The colour is a little bit off on these, this one. But I suppose it was an earlier release. I believe it's like 2013, 2014 release. So yeah, you're not going to get it 100%, especially when the aeroplane. That was when the aeroplane was only just new, I think. So it's not going to be totally accurate then. So yeah, so we've got these aeroplanes here. So thought I'd include the special lineup. So yeah, the landing gear here doesn't really roll. It's sort of static. If you're wondering about the landing gears, it's sort of static on the Hogan Wings A380. It's a nice model, but the landing gear doesn't roll, unfortunately. And then we've got the Royal Brunei Boeing 787. This is the Hogan Wings release from 2014. And this aircraft has arrived, it's currently parked up, and it's arrived from Brunei this morning. It'll be heading out there later on this evening. So that concludes the Heathrow Airport update. Yeah, again, I do apologise about the Air France SkyTeam A320. I will include that in the next one. It'll be slightly a little bit busier because I just, yeah, again, it is sort of hard to keep a hold of, sort of keep a tab on what aircraft I've included in the airport updates. So I will try and work on a schedule so that I can include most aircraft in at one time, like the timetable updates. That's how I'm sort of working towards that. Because that'll be slightly easier, and then you're seeing different aeroplanes and rather than the same, Lufthansa Star Alliance A320